Here we go. All right. It is the halftime Honeyball Hinge update. Here we go. And I will still be responding to what we say in the chat, but, I want to talk about my Hinge dates. Couple things. One, I matched with a girl who is a broadcast type, and that's my weakness, by the way. A girl that can conduct herself, a girl that can articulate herself. I matched with a girl who's a broadcaster. She works with I don't want to put her on blast. I don't even remember her name, to be honest with you, but she works with the Angels and she works with the Clippers. So just two losing franchises. And my opening line was, what's more painful, being a Clippers fan or an Angels fan? She said, not even close, Angels. I respect it. I'm not a baseball guy, but as a fan of a terrible team, I respect it. And that's what I said. I said, look, I hear ya. I'm a New York Giants fan. It's hell on earth. I respect your loyalty. Good on us. We start going back and forth about loyalty, about, all this jargon. And then I say, we should go on a date sometime. I said something sharper than that, but that was the gist of it. She doesn't respond for like a week. Then hits me back. How are you? Life's been crazy. Straight up didn't answer my question. So I don't want to be like rude, but I don't really know how to pivot off that. I don't know how to say like, well, life's been shitty. What do you want me to say? The Giants lost to the Saints. So I'm trying to think. She texted me like 2-3 days ago. I wanted to let it simmer for a little bit. Hunter sucks. I wanted to let it simmer a little bit, not just insta respond, because she left me on the hook for a week. I'm probably going to respond, send her my way. All right, Jesus, I'll say something. I'll figure out something clever to say. But I'm at a point where I'm just kind of like, girl, like you just completely snubbed my question. Pack it up on her. Also, we've had a lot of talent on offense. Harold Fannin, Q Jenkins, Dylan Sampson. Exactly, Jeff. Chad Powers, great show. I agree. Tanner, are you doing legs? Angels aren't that bad. No, but they are, though. The Angels have been a disaster for a long time. They haven't won a championship since the year I was born. They had Shohei. Mike Trout didn't do anything. Exactly. I've been to games. It was electric when Mike Trout would walk up to the plate. Astronauts in the Ocean. You guys know that song played? He'd walk up to the plate and then, strike out. It was fun. Angels games were sick. With Ohtani and Trout, because they were going to lose, but you knew it would be entertaining. Man, being an Angels fan has to be so brutal. Ohtani and Trout, not even one playoff experience. One of my closest friends is a Giants fan because of me, and an Angels fan, true blue, or true red Angels fan. And man, let me tell you, he does not like life. Between the Saquon thing and the Ohtani thing, this guy just keeps getting abandoned. I feel for him. Giants lost to the Saints. Raw. No, that's exactly what I mean. Her other option on Hinge failed. That's probably what happened. Here's the other red flag with this girl, though. Here's the other red flag, okay? And you guys tell me if you think this is crazy or not. I'm not driving more than 25, 30 miles to meet some girl I met online, okay? I'm not doing it, okay? I am too broke, and I don't know 25, 30 miles away from me. How the hell am I supposed to plan a date if I don't know the area? This girl keeps changing her location. So I am like, I don't know, hour two south of LA. She keeps changing her location. Like Westminster, like Burbank. What the fuck? Burbank is at like the top of LA County. I'm not driving to Burbank. I like this girl, but I'm not driving to Burbank to pay for some date and then pay for 3 more dates and then see where that goes. Red flag, exactly. This girl is just geocaching guy to guy to guy. So that's what I'm saying. You pissed the bed. If the Giants win tonight, you're going to go on that date. They lose, she'll ghost you. Fair enough, Otis. That doesn't help the cause. That's when you hit her with the didn't answer my question. I don't care for that. Life is crazy right now for you. Did you show her a picture? Probably why she said no. Show her your picture. She liked me. Actually, no, she didn't. I liked her, then she liked me back. Yeah, guy. Listen, my Hinge profile is razor sharp. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to go from spot to spot to spot, okay? All right, other Hinge update. There are a few, honestly. We've got a lot to talk about this half. It might be a man that hacked her account acting like her for money. I said this with the Spanish girl or Mexican girl. She is not hot enough to bot. Let's call it like it is. Real fast, what was that timeout? Oh, the Giants timeout? I don't know. I think Dave's want to get the defense right. I'm not sure what timeout you're referring to, but fumbled worse than Dart last week. Oh, well, come on now. I didn't fumble. She didn't respond. It's Hinge. I don't hold it too much to the chest. The Giants are up. I didn't catch it, but I heard a lot of people talking about it. I'm not sure. Hinge is I'm not sure which timeout you're referring to, and I probably just missed it in my like talking about nonsense thing. But I'm glad the Giants are up. That's all I can say. I'm sure we'll talk about it after. I'm sure it's all over Twitter. Giants with the lead. Still, ESPN thinks we're gonna lose. I'm not using Grindr. That's funny though. Jeffrey, in the words of Matt Rife, I don't care about your day. It's my day. I care about my day. That's what I mean. Okay. Other Hinge update. I got like 5 minutes and I just talked about one girl. Okay. We have talked about midget girl before. For those of you that are confused, this girl's not a midget. There's a picture of her hanging out with a midget. Okay, I'm sorry if that's not the proper nomenclature, but little girl person doesn't work. Doesn't work. Little person girl doesn't work. All right, it sucks. There's no catch to that. This girl hangs out with a midget. There's a picture of him in her profile. And the main reason why I want to go out with her is to ask her why, like, what's the story with this guy? Why is she at some Barbie's dream house Diddy thing with a short fella? Nothing wrong with it. I'm just curious, right? So she gives me her phone number and she texts me. I text her like, hey, it's Hunter, you know, from that one app. We made a little joke about it. She takes 2 days to respond. Okay, so I take 2 days to respond. She goes, how's your day? Why do girls ask me how's your day? It's the lamest answer ever, right? She goes, how's your day? I go, pretty good. This was Thursday Night Football. Pretty good. I tripped on a sidewalk, fell, might have a concussion. I don't know. This girl takes a week to respond. She goes, lol, I hope you're okay. I actually just got back from Vegas. Here's some more details about this girl. My line when I liked her, she was at a slot machine. Okay. So we were already talking about gambling. So she said she was in Vegas. So this is where you guys say I have no riz. Check this out. I go, I'm starting to think you're a bit of a gambling addict. So let's roll the dice and plan this date. Honeyball, don't miss! Because she responded 1 day later, like, lol, that was funny. It was for a friend's trip. What did you have in mind? So I just texted her, let's do this at X day. I'm not wasting any more time. Put all the details in the same thing. All right. Anyway, let me respond to what you guys are saying, because I think Tinder's fun if you're trying to clap. Thanks, Brian. I'm not trying to clap. I don't have the money to clap. I have the money to maybe go on some cheap dates. Split the bill, Hannah. Midget girl, what a nickname. Little person girl sounds like a crime. It does. Just say LP. There you go, LP. I like that. L Riz, roll the dice. She responded. She said it was funny. What are we doing? That was a good line. That was a good line. What are we talking about here? That was a good line, guys. She took a long time to respond because she expected you to say, fine, how about you? Well, fuck that. I'm not the fine, how about you kind of guy. I'm not, all right? I'm not. That's not me, okay? Other news, all right? Since I didn't get the response I was hoping for, I'll let you guys know if that date ever comes into materializes, so to speak, okay? Last update that's worth talking about, right? But did you actually see her in person? No. Missed as bad as the kicker. Oh my God. What is going on right now? Did no one think that was a good line? Is that what we're doing? Okay, last girl. This girl liked me. Okay, so I'm already playing with house money. Okay, I need to start showing him more halftime hinges. Yeah, halftime of every game stream, I'm talking about Hinge. Okay, last girl. Oh, and also I got to tell you about the dated girl I actually went on a date with. Not much there. I'll be quick. I text her, hey, how's it going? She takes a whole day to respond, then goes, hey, sorry, shit was busy. Good, how are you, right? And I'm like, I'm pretty solid. Wanted to see if you wanted to plan that second date ever. Wanted to see if you wanted to ever go on that second date. And she goes, hey, I'm actually pretty busy right now with my whole life shit. And he gives me the heave ho. And I'm like, and she's like, but I'll hit you when I have time. I'm getting the brush. I'm getting the brush by a girl that I thought really liked me. Mind you, again, this is one of the girls that liked me. So I'm like, what the hell? I thought I had all the leverage here. Just ask her if she's looking for chaos or good decisions. I'm not saying that. Jake Moody at this point with his pickup lines. What the fuck? Brian gives Chris vibes. Last Hinge date I had, I got open palm slapped in the middle at Chili's for insulting the Jets. That's great. That's a great line. That's a great. Seriously, you dodged a bullet. Nothing worse than a Jets fan. You would have gotten the date if it weren't for that line. I still might. All right. God damn it. Okay. Last girl because the game's coming back. This girl liked me. Okay. On my Hinge profile, I said, what did we do? We went to dinner. Taco Tuesday. I spent $30. Last girl, right? She on my profile, my first like prompt line is, what if I told you that I've given myself 2 concussions, which is true. It is true. Once jumping into a door frame, talked about that story on stream a little bit ago. Other time jumped into a ceiling. You know, Hunter shit, right? Hunter shit. So she responds, kickoff, by the way, Gunnar Olszewski, go stud. Didn't know the Giants were getting the ball, by the way. She responds, and she swipes up to this and goes, I can give you a third. What the hell? I can give you a third. I love women, dude, because they'll see that and they'll think, oh, let me just insinuate domestic violence upon this guy I've never met. This guy wants me to beat the shit out of him. That's what he wants. That's what turns this creep on. I'm gonna give him a concussion. That is how we lead. I'm sorry, when did you dive into a door frame? It's a long story. Oh, she's a hoe, for sure. She knows ball, I can give you a third. Again, just cut to the chase, Scattaboo screen pass. This song is so funny. This song is hilarious. Cut to the chase and just say, oh, give me head. You know what I mean? Like, I get what she's insinuating, right? But I also don't appreciate a girl that's that goddamn forward. She knows I can give you she knows ball, I can give you a third. Dating apps are a mistake. I'm currently dating in college right now. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I gave myself 2 concussions. That was the only bright light that's keeping your wrist. No, well, oh yeah. Well, listen. I mean, if she just was straight, like what I don't like is that she slow rolled it. Sounds like a freak in bed. What I'm saying is this conversation's getting way out of its scope. What I'm saying is I put that on there because it makes me sound like the lovable idiot, right? But if you're gonna say I can give you a third, which women, this is not the first girl to say I can give you a third. Women love that line. They think it's they probably text their girlfriends like I had this guy on Hinge, sent him the funniest line. The only reason I matched with her because I thought she was hot. Theo Johnson, first down. Oh, he dropped it. God damn it. Zach Bond picks it up like it's a fumble. Yeah, it's a fumble, you fucking idiot. But no, I can give you a third. I love forward women, takes off the heat. But I like to steer the ship. I am a control freak. I used to be like, I don't like a forward lady. I used to be like, I like a forward lady. That way I could she can do all the decision making for me. Then I dated a girl who wore the pants in the relationship, and I just, no thanks. No thanks. Yes, and that girl in some way sounds nice. That's what I mean, Jeffrey. You didn't have to retract it. That's what I mean. I'm setting it up for them. But slow rolling it and hitting me with this half-ass remark is not going to do it. It's not going to move the needle. It's not going to move the sticks for me, right? So I kind of slow roll and I slow it down a little bit because this girl's a nurse. So I'm like, are you going to nurse me back to health? I'm a bit of a klutz. And then you guys are probably going to say, El Riz, oh my God. But I didn't want to double down and be like, I prefer head. I didn't want to say that. I'm not trying to get kicked off this app. So you want to share some of the burden. Exactly. I want control. My Giants suck. I want control. Unnecessary reference on the Eagles. Eagles are going to get bad field position. So I text her, you going to nurse me back to health? She says, of course. She responds, of course. W Riz, I like it. Nurses are freaky, FYI. Who's not freaky, Caswell? Jesus Christ. This guy's putting meat on anyone. Oh my God. Good Lord. Nurses are freaky. DMV workers are freaky. Nothing crazier than a public servant. That was funny. Okay, so you guys like that? I didn't even think that was that great of a line. So you guys didn't like the roll the dice line, but you liked that? All right, I don't understand this chat at all. Eagles football, by the way. So she responded yesterday, of course. Again, what is the main differentiator with these girls? Whether or not they're hot. Plain and simple. I can make fun of these conversations all I want. If they're hot, DMV workers are fat as fuck. If they're hot, they get a pass. I don't care if the conversation sucks. I will give it a shot if they are hot. So yeah, that's the 411 with Hinge. Librarians are freaky. Nerds are probably freaker because they know how to. My lawyer advised me not to finish this question. There you go. I mean, overworked women do be freaky. I don't know about DMV workers, though. The roll the dice line was cheesy, but some girls like it cheesy. That's what I mean. Some girls just like a guy taking a swing. It's online dating. I'm not going to lose sleep over this shit. Also, just quick aside, since we're having fun talking about this. So I have another picture of myself hiking on my profile. And I don't like the picture. Meep is not new. Meep's been around every now and again. Saints fan. There it is. But yeah, man. So funny thing, I have a picture of myself hiking with my boy on my profile. The reason I have it on is because a lot of dudes, and please don't ever do this, a lot of dudes lie about their height on Hinge. I'm tall enough to where I don't need to, but like I don't have any like tall pictures on my profile. So I have this picture on because I'm height mogging my short friend. Problem is, I took one of my very few sexual experiences in my life I had with a girl before this hike. Saints and Niners, there we go. I had before this hike. I have hickeys all down my neck in this picture. So I thought women would think that's icky. I don't want to put that on there. I put it on. It is cleaning up. Either girls don't notice the hickey or it's like a marking. Like this guy knows ball. This guy knows what time of day it is. So there you go. So I think it was good aim. I'm glad Tanner's defending the roll the dice line. I like it. Got to be 6'4" minimum. Well, if the girls don't like 6'2", 8 inches and thick, it's not going to work. Anyways, so this other girl swiped up and she responded. She chirped my hiking gear. Saquon Barkley gets like 5-6 yards. She chirps my hiking gear. She goes, "Your sleeping pad choice sucks." Great line. Great. One of the best lines I've seen on this app. Great line. I loved it. The commentary here is better than the game. Well, no shit. Welcome to Honeyball. But great line, right? I love a girl that can actually make me laugh by making a like thoughtful observation on my pictures. They probably thought they could do it anytime. Yeah, man. Probably. They probably think like, holy shit, this guy's down for hickeys? The Hana hickey, everyone's favorite move. And it was funny because like even when I got the hickeys, I was like, I'm too old for this. I'm not 13 anymore, right? I don't need hickeys, right? I'm marking. The biggest attraction to other women is being attracted to you. Never forget that. Jarvis spitting game. Everybody remember that. So this girl responds, "Your sleeping pad choice sucks." I appreciated it. So even though I'm not really that into this girl and she has a name that's very similar to my ex, so, that's a big red flag. I kind of want to see it out just because it's a funny conversation. But yeah, the Hana Hickey. So that is the full and untethered Hinge. There's one more. Since I'm having too much fun with this. I wasn't even going to talk about this girl. Jalen Hurts throw it. Holy shit. Wow. Devonta Smith was about to score a touchdown, and Jalen Hurts just overthrew him by like 5-10 yards. Not great for the narrative. Good God, Jalen. That was a bad throw. Straight up. That was a bad throw. You need to be Ron Burgundy. No touching to the hair. That's it. That's the only rule. Jesus. But yeah, if you're watching the Eagles-Giants game, Jalen Hurts just missed Devonta Smith on what would have been like a 90-yard touchdown. So thank God. I got Rashid Shaheed flashbacks there. Last Hinge update. I was traveling like 3 or something weeks ago, and this was at a point where I wasn't getting much catch on Hinge, so I was like basically matching with any girl that would give me the time of day. And this girl and I were talking, and I was like, this girl's kind of cute, I'll see this to the end, right? Why not? Let's see what she's got. And we're talking, and I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. She's really not like, she's not my type, so to speak. I'm not saying she's not cute. She's just not my type, right? So I'm sitting there, and Giants are getting great field position, by the way. We're talking, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? I'm trying to explore. Football season hadn't started yet. Micah Parsons had just gotten traded. So I was feeling good. I was feeling like, all right, let's fucking do this. So I text her, and I'm like, even the fat ones. Let's relax, all right? Women are people, too, all right? And I've tried to prove that I'm not. I've said this before. I've tried to prove that I'm not shallow by dating a fat girl before. I did my time. I learned my lesson. Not saying there's anything wrong with fat women, but you never force looks when you're dating, fellas. That's all I'm saying. Never force it with looks. You'll never be happy. You'll never be happy. And I said this before, I'll say it again. Let's just say I got with her, I scored the touchdown, but I didn't make the point after. My favorite metaphor ever. I learned my lesson. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with fat women. I'm just saying that I just can't do it. I'm sorry. And the girl that I wanted to date with a few weeks ago, right? I thought I was dating a tight end. I was going out with a right tackle. I'm sorry. Anyways. Last thing, so this girl and I, we had like a date on the books, but I wasn't really that into her. We're talking, right? And I wait a couple days. We're having just some nonsense convo because she said she was busy. And I text her and I'm like, so like, what day are you free? She doesn't respond for like 3 weeks. And I just completely forgot about her. Like, not to sound rude, but I check and forget. Oh, well, I wasn't really into that girl anyway. Like, I'll live, right? I'll be fine. And sure enough, she texted me a few days ago, hey, life settled down. It's a lot less crazy. When do you want to go on that date? And I still haven't responded because now the lovebirds are chirping at the window and I'm like, well, I'm not really that into this girl anymore, And that's just brass tacks. I don't want to be rude, so I'm not going to respond to her. It hurts. It sucks. But, in life, you got to make decisions. And I'm way too broke to be going on meaningless dates. How are you going to hate on a girl for not responding to you, but then didn't respond? I'm not hating on her. I just didn't like her that much when we were talking. So like, I just didn't, I don't want to force it now. Nothing. No, I'm not knocking her. I'm just saying like, well, now the ship has sailed. The ship has sailed, unfortunately. I think her name's Hannah. Hannah and Hannah. Great match, you'd think. Jackson Dart read option. He almost slipped, but he stayed up. Jesus Christ. 6-yard gain. So that's the 411 with Hinge. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think there is, though.